Hello, and welcome to my full watch along on the anniversary of WWE Summerslam 2018. That's right, it's 5 years ago today that this show first took place, and oof, I'm expecting a mixed bag, honestly. Yesterday we did a watch along of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, which took place the night before this show, so that was also the 5-year anniversary, obviously, and they were advertising the show throughout, and I was like, oh boy, another Lesnar Reigns match. Bet that was great. And then I was like, oh boy, the AJ Styles Samoa Joe feud. I remember that not being as great as it should have been. And like, yeah, so I'm expecting a bit of a mixed bag. Now, fair warning, I'm not going to be showing the whole show here on YouTube because copyright law is a thing. So you will need to open up the WWE Network or Peacock or however you're going to watch this show. And basically, just get to the same point as I'm at, which is right at the start of the show, paused at 0000. So you can pause my YouTube video while you go set that up. And then when you come back and hit play here, we will count down. I'll count down 3, 2, 1. Then I'll click the button as loud and as close to the microphone as I can. But just in case you don't hear the click of me pressing play, I'm also going to leave about 5 seconds of footage on the screen, just so you can make sure you're nicely synchronized to whatever level of accuracy you feel you need. So, without further ado, this is your last chance, your last warning to pause this video, and we're about to get started. So, I'm going to assume everyone has paused this video, fired up the network, and is ready to watch along. So, you ready? 3, 2, 1... The loud click, and now 2, 3, etc., etc. There's Andre, and we faded out now. We've definitely faded out. That was more than 5 seconds, probably, or maybe I did it on 5 seconds. Who knows? Anyway, that's not the important detail. The important thing is we're going to see how SummerSlam 2018 has aged in 5 years. I feel like we're in a better place now than we were then in terms of as WWE fans. Hey up, look who it is. He says in a really expensive suit with all of his money and fame and fortune. Here's some more rich, famous people to illustrate the point that success isn't about fame or fortune. Can see his peck pops through his suit jacket. Carmella was still SmackDown Women's Champion. I was there for that cash-in. Yeah, my dream's coming true of seeing yet another Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match, of course. Who doesn't want to see that? So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this with regard to, like, predictions and stuff, because on these watch-alongs, I do quite often do predictions to see how well I remember my history, because it's very rare I actually remember too much about a show, but there's a few matches on the show I definitely know the results of, so I won't be predicting them in case you don't. But the ones I don't remember the result of, I will maybe do some predictions on. Who's the drummer guy? Does anyone know? Let me know in the comments. Is it like someone famous that I just am unaware of, or is it some smaller artist being given a spotlight because they've been found somehow? Like, you know, what's the deal with the drummer? Is it someone who works in the office that just happens to be able to play drums, so they save money on hiring someone? Wouldn't put it past them. I was thinking then, it's only just been the 26th, but that's because yesterday I also did a watch-along of SummerSlam 2013, which was indeed 5 SummerSlams earlier, so that would make sense. That would definitely make sense. So starting with Dean Ambrose. Oh my god, Dean Ambrose is a thing on this show. The Lunatic Fringe, who no longer has the fringe, has short hair. It was called the Lunatic Fringe, wasn't it, because of the pushed forward hair that he had? Which weirdly made his hairline look more receding than cutting his hair short. His hairline got better when he cut it short, it seemed. So we've got the old Shield reunion going on. I remember what happens in only a few short months. Is this their feud with Ziggler and McIntyre? I feel like I saw Rollins and then Ziggler in that video package, like back to back, as if they were connected. Oh, it's for the tag titles. Oh, for the Intercontinental. Oh, so Ambrose is just. Oh. So the manager got an entrance, or at least part of an entrance. That's interesting. Did they not think Seth Rollins would get enough of a pop or something, so they opened with Dean Ambrose's music? Oh, I thought this was a tag title match, because I wasn't really listening when I just heard championship. Ziggler on his own? I thought Ziggler and McIntyre were a thing. I have no idea who wins this. Oh, right, they're doing the combi entrance as well. Wait, why is McIntyre the main entrance if it's for the IC title and Ziggler's the champion? Shouldn't it have been McIntyre then Ziggler? And we enter to Ziggler's music? Like, this is weird, right? Entering to the manager's music. I don't remember who wins this at all, so I'm going to predict this one, because I genuinely don't know. I'm going to say... Oh, is this before or after the Iron Man match that the fans ruined? And who was the champion even going into that match? I don't even remember, so that doesn't help. I'm going to say I'm going to predict Ziggler. And my reasoning is I know within a couple of months, Seth and Dean are tag champions. Now, that's not to say they won't flip-flop the IC title onto Seth and back off him before then. Would not put it past them, but I'm gonna go with Ziggler. Okay, Michael Cole's doing a lot of chatter about the IC title changing hands, so yeah, I think it's staying put. He's intentionally foreshadowing a title change, so I think there's not going to be one. Let's go with Ziggler. Any that I predict on this show I don't know the result of. None of my predictions will be spoilers. If I know the result, I'll simply say I know who wins this and I won't predict it. Because I don't want you guys watching along. If anyone's watching this for the first time and you're doing it on this watch along, I don't want you knowing the result of the match before it finishes. I can predict if I don't know. I can give you my thoughts on who I think is going to win and why, based on what knowledge I have. But if I just outright know who wins, because I think there's at least 2 matches on this show that I outright know the winner. So I'll just keep stum on them. I'm pretty confident on a third one as well. So it's starting off with some grappling, but it feels struggly instead of fluid and choreographed. And if you've watched much on this channel before, you'll know I enjoy a good realistic looking struggle. Dean Ambrose getting in McIntyre's face. Oh, that guy's just getting to his seat. He missed the start of the show with his nachos. So Ziggler just escaped the pedigree there. Is this pedigree Seth Rollins? As in, at one point that was his actual finisher, wasn't it? Rather than just like a high spot he'd hit. It was the number 1 trend worldwide this few minutes into the show. Like, we are 10 minutes into the show. That's honestly pretty wild. Although I will say, the whole number 1 trend worldwide brag by WWE always felt a bit contrived, because it was always going to be number 1 trend worldwide, because what else was there going on at the time that a lot of people would be watching concurrently and tweeting about? Like, there's not a lot of TV shows that people live tweet. It's getting a little more common, I guess, now, but it has to be a TV show debuting or a sports broadcast of some description. And, like, it has to be on at the same time to be competing. Oh, he's going for that ripcord knee as well. So I don't know what his finisher is at the moment, but Ziggler's avoiding all of them. This I will say the story so far of Ambrose playing the equalizer to McIntyre's interference, and they're talking about how long Ambrose has just been out, so I'm guessing this is a new development and Seth Rollins has been losing in this feud because he's been outnumbered. That's the story they're telling. So I'm starting to feel a bit less confident in my prediction, because the story here is obviously for Seth to win now that the numbers are even, right? But I'm sticking to my guns and saying Dolph Ziggler, but I'm starting to feel less confident about that prediction. There's a good couple of months yet before Rollins has to be Rollins and Ambrose have to be tag champions in my timeline. That's plenty of time for a quick IC title reign, isn't it? Just a 1 count. Was he especially targeting the knee, or was that just an opportunistic thing, and now he's going to go after the knee because he's already hurt it? I get the history with Rollins and his knee, but like that felt more like, he's stepping through the ropes, quick kick the ropes and damage whatever's over the rope, which happened to be the knee. And now you go, oh, I've hurt his knee. Oh yeah, he has knee issues. I'll attack that now. Feels like it wasn't a premeditated plan. Premeditating a plan that requires you to catch him stepping through the ropes seems unlikely. Even within the very unlikely world of professional wrestling. Unstable at best. Having Ziggler along for the ride. That is the Intercontinental Champion, sir. Along for the ride. Drew is hench. What a sign. Yes, he is. Crazy to think that within, like, what, 18 months or so? Drew McIntyre's won a Royal Rumble and beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Like, from being a manager in the opening match of SummerSlam. Like, it's amazing how you never really can tell whose push is going where. Because if they change their mind, or if they just have something in mind that isn't immediately apparent to us, you know, like, the direction can seem to change rapidly, or it can actually change rapidly. Yeah, so far it's pretty slow paced to be stealing the show. It's very story heavy at the moment. You know, there's a lot of spots with McIntyre and Ambrose. They seem to be more the focus than the actual match, to be honest. Couldn't figure out what was on Ziggler's leg then. It's Hollywood, isn't it? Back to the knee. They really need to pick the pace up soon, though. This is slightly long, slow wear down. This isn't either man's strength, is it? Certainly not Ziggler's. Like, why? I know he's a heel and he has to dominate the match, but why does a heel like Ziggler slow down the pace? He is not a slow pace kind of guy. He should. The best way for Ziggler to do some heel dominance would be to go after the knee and slow Seth down and then kind of run rings around him. Because of the knee injury, not because he's faster or better, so it doesn't make Seth look bad. The weird thing about the whole chin lock rest hold thing is within kayfabe it makes no sense because when was the last time someone won a match with it? When was the last time someone didn't end up with getting like fired up on by the babyface when they dared to wear them down with a chin lock? Like when was the last time someone didn't power out of one and fight back? You know, like it's the inevitability, isn't it? Oh. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Must be allergic to Seth Rollins banging his head off a barricade. No, he didn't hit his head that hard, actually. Just a little dink. Little boop. And roll through. Strong boy. CrossFit Jesus. Can't figure if that's coach putting Rollins over or criticising his selling. Whoops. Interesting way to do that spot, actually. Usually it looks very intentional. That looked like Seth didn't mean it. A little different, like they say, the injured knee coming into play. A little bit of a different take on it. Kick in the mush. He didn't land awkwardly at all. He didn't sell it one little bit, Michael Cole. What are you on about? He was world champion, my dude. Maybe impressive, but important. Nice. We're starting to pick things up in this match, aren't we? It's starting to get going. It's a good 10, maybe 15 minutes in now. It's finally starting to sort of really pick up. No, he didn't suffer a terrible knee injury in this match. He has a terrible knee injury in his history. Michael Cole, you donkey. That's probably Vince in his ear being like, talk about his terrible knee injury. And Michael Cole getting a bit confused about which, like, in meaning during the match and being like, terrible knee injury? Because he didn't even sound sure of himself when he was saying it, did he? Let's be honest. Nice. Now business is picking up. Here's that ripcord knee that he did use as a finisher for a little bit, like what, a couple of months or something? Didn't last long, did it? Uh-oh. Nice. Good transition from the electric chair into the sleeper. Wouldn't say it warrants that level of selling from Ziggler, though. Like, he only got sort of rolled through, didn't he? He didn't get, like, a hard impact. Uh-oh, they're going to do something on the apron. Oh boy. Legally obliged as a wrestling commentator to inform you, this is the hardest part of the ring that one of them's about to hit. Oh, okay. Okay, this is a different take on it. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. I mean, the count should start straight away, right? So, you know, like if a manager attacks the other combatant, it's obviously a disqualification. Like if Drew McIntyre just kicked Seth Rollins in the face, Seth would win the match by DQ. Is there expressly a rule stopping Dean Ambrose rolling Seth Rollins into the ring at this point? Like, I don't know if I've ever heard it expressed that a manager can't touch their own guy. In fact, we have seen it where they've pulled them out of the ring or something to save them from a move, and it's not been a DQ. So they can touch their own client, like, and move. They can maneuver them. So why can't Dean Ambrose just put Seth back in the ring there? Oh, knees up. Go on, Ziggles. Oh, my prediction was almost right. I don't actually care who wins it, but I want my prediction to be right. So go on, Ziggles. Bosh. He is indeed doing something. Oh, to the knee. Did he? You go for the famouser with your arm now? Look like a leaping DDT attempt. Maybe it's just a bad fake out famouser, I guess. Oh, bosh. Springy boy. Reverse superplex. Look at Ambrose. Fans got into that spot, didn't they? Listen, did you hear that count along? Fans were into it. Matches building nicely at this point. Maybe the slow part was a little too slow for my liking, but we're getting there. We're really getting there now, aren't we? Oof. Got this is awesome, champ. We're building now. Why is he pointing at Dean? What's Dean got to do with anything? Oh, we had burn it down chance. The burn it down chance along thing, did we? So he was back on the stomp at this point. Good play by McIntyre there, by the way. I like that. Yeah, that always felt like a false finish. Oh, I'm not confident. Oh, blood. Where'd the blood come from? Did Ziggler, like, scratch him with his nails or something? He only did a zigzag. Did he push him into something before he bounced back into the zigzag or something? Maybe Seth caught that a bit hard or something? Dunno. Felt pretty innocuous, that. Give us a replay, guys. Let's see where it happened. It's mad when you think about it, like, wrestlers just stay in character when they've hit something with their head hard enough to start bleeding, and they just keep doing their job. How many other athletes or just professionals in general of any job would get hit in the head so hard that they bleed and just continue, like, without missing a beat? It's crazy. Uh-oh. Distracted by your own partner, Seth. Nah, it's going to be Rollins. Damn it. My predictions are not good. Yeah, I called it, didn't I? Like, partway through the match when they started talking about the recent return of Ambrose, I was like, oh, I predicted this wrong. Well, 0 from 1. It's actually been a while, I think, since I've said, well, 0 from 1. I feel like I quite often get the opener right. Yep. Considering I learned the story going into the match partway through, I get this booking wholeheartedly. Beat him to the punch. Oh, kick. Still blows my mind that Seth Rollins does that safely. Seems so unsafe. That's just me not being a wrestler, isn't it? Not knowing how to wrestle. Decent match in the end. Maybe a little longer than it needed to be in terms of the initial Ziggler beating down Rollins portion of the match. But we got there. We got there and it ended up pretty good. It was a bit of a slow burn. Maybe too slow of a burn, but we got there. Wow, she's still here as well. All these faces. I mean, to be fair, 2 out of the 5 we've seen, not including commentary, have gone. Oh, they've gone. Good question. Always will be, you say? Oh, that's been announced now, has it? Wow. They'd have fun. Who's about to confront them? Yeah, you've been so influential in women's wrestling, Brie Bella, haven't you? Wasn't it Nikki Ronda at Evolution? Okay, I see. I'm picking up what they're putting down. Byron's face. Oh yes, look at that. Love the commitment. Got some New Day action now. Is this SmackDown tag titles, or is this 6-man tag, or is this just like New Day doing New Day things? There's my answer, so it's probably Big E and Kofi, right? It was usually Big E and Kofi when all three of them were together. Poor Xavier. Xavier, my pick for probably the best wrestler of the three. I have that shirt. Let me know in the comments what wrestling merch you have. Like, just give an example or a full conclusive list or whatever suits you. But yeah, what you got? I'd say show me what you got, but you can't. There's no pictures in YouTube comments, so tell me what you got. Checking the pancakes are edible and are nice. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, I really don't know who wins this. We've just had a babyface beat a heel to become the new champion. So I'm gonna say the Bludgeon Brothers retain here. I don't know where we are in the Bludgeon Brothers arc, because they started off real strong, and then it kind of crumbled a bit. So I'm gonna guess we're fairly early, and this is gonna be a successful defense. Paige was GM at this point. Wow. Forgot that even happened. Oh, Sheamus bleeding from the nipple. That ain't fun. Yeah, so this is the first chance at them as well. Yeah, I'm going Bludgeon Brothers. Because I genuinely don't remember who beats the Bludgeon Brothers or when for those tag titles. I know they're not currently the tag champions. But that's it. That's all I know. Oh, it's Biggie and Xavier. Oh, okay. I'm down for this. Love seeing Xavier get some in-ring time. Oof. Booted in face. Oh, the Gator roll. Of course, rest in peace, Luke Harper. slash Brody slash John Huber. I believe it's isn't it Big E that was really good friends with um Luke Harper behind the scenes as well. I always like hearing about like the real life friendships because when you see them like working together, you know, fighting each other, you can just imagine them having a great time talking about the match before and after and just having a good time competing against each other. Like it's got to be fun fighting your mates in wrestling. Like a little bit higher level of fun than fighting someone that, you know, you get along with but they're just there kind of thing. Wow. They won the titles at Mania. I don't remember that. I was there and I don't remember that. Uh-oh. Nice. Don't think this is a particularly hot take, but Harper was so underrated by WWE. That was not a power slam. That was a body slam or a scoop slam. Go on, Xavier. Go onwards. He did always have like that far away look, didn't he? Oh, Rowan's crawling. I saw you, Rowan. You're gonna pull Big E down, aren't you? Yeah, there he goes. Oh, they faked it out. They faked out the good teamwork spot. Ooh! That was close to being right on top of his head. Which is weird. Watching back with Big E involved in an overhead belly spot almost going wrong. Hope you're doing alright, Big E. Whoa. He had a big splash, Big E, didn't he? Like, he got some height. He had some hops. Hmm. And a two from the, what, Michinoku Driver-esque move? Xavier Woods is just chilling, I noticed. Sat against the barricade. Oh, yep, Kofi's moving him, which so apparently is legal. Oh, barely caught him. Never liked this move. Always seems so dangerous. Always cringed, especially when you're watching live because you don't know how the landing's going to go. Break up. Yep. Should have paid more attention, Rowan. Oh, you know what? They keep referring to them as Harper and Rowan and never using the first names. I forgot when it was Bludgeon Brothers. They dropped the first names, didn't they? They were literally just called Harper and Rowan. Oh, wow, okay. This match ain't been bad, has it? Not been bad? Uh-oh. Oh dear, Kofi. Oh! Uh-oh. Rowan committed to putting his head down so the big ending actually looked impactful. I like that, because the one thing I never liked about the big ending was depending on how the person took it. It looks a lot more painful for Big E than the person taking it. I'm not sure at this point in the match if I'm more, less, or the same confidence on my prediction. It's quite a hard one to read, this match. Sticking to my guns, of course. I'm not allowed to change it, but I'm just... if I was allowed to change my predictions, I would have definitely changed the Ziggler-Rollins one. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Here he goes, going for that big elbow drop. Does he still do the rope walk at this point? Has he stopped doing that? It's been a while since I've seen Xavier Woods in a match. Oh, the fans stand. They know. Oh, yeah, I bet that wasn't fun for Woods. Yeah. Yeah. Don't imagine there's a lot of selling happening. Imagine there's a hell of a lot of, oh my god, that actually hurt. Right on his hip. Is this gonna be it? I feel like this isn't it. Woods is taking too long, yeah. Oh! Okay, so I'm 0 for 2 because technically New Day won this match by DQ. I've got the right champions. But not the right result. Damn it, Rowan. You could have just hit him not with the mallet. Unholy. Yay, 0 from 2. It's going well. Kofi's still down. He only took one move, didn't he? Back body drop. That man won the WWE title like 6 months from now. Maybe a little more. And got put down for this long by a back body drop at SummerSlam. Miraculous that he won the WWE title with that level of toughness. Again, just shows you, doesn't it? The booking doesn't matter. Everyone that talks about someone being buried or what have you, it's like they can just change the booking. They don't care about consistency. God, was that the year where he screwed Cena? Okay, I know who wins this, so I'm not going to predict because I know who wins this. Didn't even know this was a match on the show. I was going to say what just felt. I think it was my controller. Oh my god! You should have just stayed still, Owens. He well overshot that. Yep. Yes, he did. Wearing a Baron Corbin hoodie. Love that Kevin Owens just wears other people's merch and stuff. Just dragging him through the arena in a portaloo. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, Owens technically wins, but really doesn't. Wait, now he's got Baron Corbin with him. I love how they use Jinder as the guy to keep beating Braun. Oof. Owens is an absolute trooper. He's one of my absolute favourites. I absolutely love Kevin Owens. Wish he got. I wish he got more from WWE. I really do. I love that. That's such a Vinceism, isn't it? In any capacity. Like, if Braun Strowman loses the match would be sufficient. But no, that's the phraseology that Vince became obsessed with in the build-up to this match. In any capacity. KO in the bank. Love that shirt. Some nice gear, to be honest. It's very much on theme, but it's also Money in the Bank themed. Matches his shirt. Looks nice and special. Love it. GG, Kevin Owens. Good gear. Sorry, $100 a month for unlimited. I get unlimited data for and calls and texts for like £16. The only way that wireless deal is good is if it's literally unlimited, as in you can have as many devices as you want. Otherwise, that's a massive rip-off. £16, 1/6, by the way. $20 or so. Maybe a bit more than 20. 25. Still nowhere near 100. Oh, I forgot that happened. I was thinking the last time was Kennedy Edge. Forgot that happened, the Ziggler Cena one. Wow. $20.37 it is. I don't know exactly what my contract is, but it's somewhere around £16. £16 is $20.37. So $20 was a pretty good guess. I've just looked it up. I've just looked it up because I care, even if you guys don't. Braun Strowman's right nostril freaks me out. Just saying. I love that note of Lorne's comment. Oof. What a bump. The moonsault bump. I absolutely love Kevin Owens. So good. I would build my entire, like, federation around him. Whether I was put in charge of WWE, AEW, anywhere, if I could get Kevin Owens, I would build the entire thing around him. Entire company. Oh my god. I thought that was a Buzz Lightyear jacket, not a Macho Man Randy Savage jacket that guy was wearing in the front, like in the corner there. The green and purple one. Looked like a Buzz Lightyear jacket at first glance, but it's got Macho Man on the sleeve. Cool jacket. I just misinterpreted it. They're really just going to squash him? I don't remember this. Oh, I didn't predict. Oh, yeah, because I knew the result. I just didn't remember it being a squash. I knew the result because I know Kevin Owens hasn't been Money in the Bank, and Braun Strowman does cash it in. So, yeah. Okay, that's why I didn't predict it. I'm still 0 from 2. If I'd have predicted this, I'd have been 1 from 3, guaranteed. That was such a squash. That was so mean to Kevin Owens. Come on, WWE. Treat him better. He's probably your best guy. All round. Wait, was Daniel Bryan still about at this point? I think he was. Okay. He's one of your best guys. Yeah, show him some respect, WWE. Oh! Does he have to cash in on that title, though? Why are we not even entertaining the fact that he could go after AJ Styles or Samoa Joe? Like, are you locked to your show's world champion? Here's WWE patting themselves on the back for a bit. Like, I realise like, it is good what they do, but they don't half love to pat themselves on the back for it, don't they? Self-praise is no recommendation at all and all that. Despite the fact I've seen this show before, I have never heard that song before in my life. Okay, I know the result of this one as well, so I won't be predicting this one. I'll try not to forget by the end of the match why I've not predicted this one, though. Like the last one. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this match. I don't remember the match that clearly. Remember what goes on around it, though. Straight for you. What? Oh, that wasn't a title match. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Becky Balboa, that didn't catch on, did it? The woman of a million nicknames, and Becky Balboa did not catch on. Yeah, for no reason other than to help Becky, right? Poor Carmella. Losing twice in the build-up to this. What a strong-looking champion. Carmella doesn't get the prop she deserves for this one. She was decent in this one. She more than held up her end of the bargain in these matches. She was not carried. She called her Charlie. I seem to remember this being a good match, from what I remember, but I don't particularly remember the match. I more remember just thinking it was a good match. That's all I really remember. I hate merch like that. It's just her name. She was only on 6 at this point. It's only 5 years ago. I'm 14 now. Crazy. Get the Becky Lynch fans. Hell yeah. She was pretty over. Pretty where it's due. Not like the level of over she got to, but she was getting there at this point. Obviously, the pre-printed signs were like left under everyone's seats, and that's a bit contrived, but people still chose to hold them up. You ass. I always felt like there was like she almost spells it wrong. Like there's almost an extra letter, and then she remembers and just goes ass in that intro. I don't think she uses this music anymore, does she? I've literally no idea what Carmella's theme music sounds like anymore. Because she just never gets used. Is she injured? Oh, she's pregnant at the moment, isn't she? But she's not been used in ages. Like, ages she's not been used. Like, really. That I remember anyway. From the Queen City, because she's from Charlotte, but we named her Charlotte for some reason. Even though we could have named her Ashley Flair, because that's not her legal name. Flair is not how her name is legally spelt. So they could still have copyrighted calling her Ashley Flair. But no, they changed it to Charlotte, then couldn't announce her from Charlotte because it sounds silly, so they had to say from the Queen City. Just stupid. Still stupid, that to me. Oh, Corey. Were Corey and Carmella a thing at this point? Certainly don't think we're public with it. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, this isn't going to go well, Carmella. What, stupid? What? Becky Lynch dance thing? They had Becky Lynch dancing. Good move by Carmella. Carmella's such an afterthought in this. She's the champion. She didn't even put any weight on her to Matrix out of there. She left the gap massively for her. It was very obvious. She was such a good, like, heel. Like, she was such a good gimmick for the heel one as well. Because, like Charlotte said to her, you're a diva in a women's era. But yeah, she was. She was, like, leaning into that. But as a heel gimmick, and it really worked, in my opinion. And then, suddenly she just was nothing again on TV. Well, that prediction wasn't right, Carmella. I'll tell you that one for free. Match hasn't really fully got underway yet. They've been doing a lot of story stuff, haven't they? So far, you know, the initial respect and then the doubt and the friendship and caused by Carmella. It's good stuff, but it's not like high octane wrestling yet. But I feel like the match is just stepping up a gear now. Charlotte's like right down my ear. Seriously. Right down my ear. Right down her ear as well. Charlotte is just not impressed. Did she just slap her on the boob? It seemed like that. Probably worse than actually getting her in the face in terms of pain. Charlotte had about 15 minutes to change her mind about kicking there. Like, she really did. It's like Peter and Meg, where he thought there was burglars and had a bat, and then Meg comes out of a room and like talks to him for like 5 minutes, and then he hits her with the bat and goes, "Oh, sorry, Meg, you startled me." It was like that in Family Guy, in case anyone didn't know what I was referencing. Bit of a pop for Charlotte. Wow. That hasn't happened much in the last 5 years. And she's also just been kicked in the face by Charlotte. Kinda miss Charlotte there, but you know what? It's all good. We'll allow it. Okay. Just a little pointless roly-poly for Becky there. What did that add to anything? Didn't even have a follow-up move from it. I think Carmella was up a bit fast there. Question for anyone to answer in the comments. What's the difference between an exploder suplex and a T-bone suplex? They feel like they're the same thing to me in my head. Oh. Stratisfaction, is it? Can't remember which of Trish's moves that was. What the name of it was, but it's definitely one of Trish's moves, that. I always feel like in triple threat matches, those spots feel a little contrived. That one wasn't too bad, actually. Still a little bit, but it wasn't the worst I've seen by a long shot. Those spots where it's like, oh, here's a single move that involves all 3 people somehow. Some of them are really bad. That one wasn't too bad. What? What? She's going for the Trish move again? I'm going to say it's Stratisfaction. I don't know. Just drags her. Like she's a cuddly toy. Yeah, I wouldn't have rolled through that way. That was a fun little sequence. Did it hurt inside? Oh. Bye then. That was decent. Don't remember Carmella doing that a whole lot, so decent for someone who doesn't do it much. Good catch by Becky as well. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, it's a multi-woman match. Charlotte has to do a moonsault. Oh, she did a twisty. She got nowhere near Becky Lynch. It's basically just a backflip onto her feet, and then anyone nearby just falls over, is basically that move these days. Probably because of the spin and the flailing limbs, and especially the feet. Probably a bit dangerous to actually try and catch her properly. What's Carmella's finish? I don't recall. Oh, the manhandle slam before it was the manhandle slam because she wasn't the man. What did she used to call that? Or was that like the first time she's ever used it? How about this that we see in pretty much every match? Nowhere near either of them. Oh yeah, she used super kicks quite well, didn't she? Was that like a finish though? Oh, Becky wasn't sure Charlotte was making that, was she? She thought about kicking out. She basically did kick out. Oh, she had that submission that she did, like, wrapped her legs around the neck. They were on their front, and she'd, like, pull back so they'd arch back. I remember that. Did she have a pinfall finisher? And that's it. Yep, I knew that was the result. No one's happy. No one's happy. Everyone's like, oh, for God's sake. Everyone was already reacting, oh, for God's sake, to Charlotte winning. And this was 5 years and 7 title reigns ago. 8 title. The 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, 13th. And yeah, 8 full title reigns ago, because obviously this one's just starting. So including this one, 8. Can't help feel but for Carmella. Wasn't even pinned. She doesn't even get to be involved in the post-match angle. She just has to wander off while these two have their moment. She's like an absolute afterthought. She went in as the champion and she's just such an afterthought. The boos. Charlotte's a face here, guys, remember. Listen to the chants. They remind each other what the spot is, or like what? Hands on the belt. There we go. Listen to that pop for that heel turn. Quote, heel turn. It was supposed to be a heel turn. But massive yes chance. Massive Becky chance. What a successful heel turn. Good call. Vince thinking this was a heel turn. You clueless old fool. No one was ever going to boo Becky for this. Yeah, well, you won't do, Corey, once they realise she's a face and turn her back face. You'll have to be against her then. But as this was officially a heel turn, Corey Graves is currently supporting it. You deserve it. Chance for Charlotte. Oh. Love it. Yeah, get wrecked, Charlotte. How does it feel to turn heel by being beaten up? Well, she turned heel by winning the match, to be fair. Then Becky turned heel by hugging her, and then Becky turned face by beating her up. That was the sequence of events. Oh, listen to the boos. Sympathetic babyface, says Vince McMahon. No, says wrestling fans. Poor Carmella in all this. Just completely evicted from the title scene for this story. And just never really came back. So I know who wins this, so I'm not going to predict it again. It's 3 in a row. I could have got myself to 3 from 2 just by not telling you I knew and acting smart. Oh, no, 3 from 5. 3 and 2, I meant. I wonder if this was a good match or not, because I remember a lot of this feud was disappointing. I don't remember if they actually got the chance to have an absolute barn burner. But hopefully they did, and this is it. You forgot to say it was the biggest party of the summer. Hmm. Wendy. I like Jigsaw. It sounds like the start of like the tape to explain why you're in a Jigsaw trap, doesn't it? You put being the champion and of being a member of your own family. Now, will you rip off your own testicles to see them again and never make any more children? Not very hot take, lukewarm take. Samoa Joe should have been WWE champion like many times, Universal champion, world champion, whatever. Shiner on Joe there. Underrated talker, Joe. Wow. Styles. Wendy Styles, keeping the kayfabe. His real surname is Styles, guys. Did you know? That's his real name, AJ Styles. Just like Samoa Joe's wife is called Mrs. Joe. Wendy Styles. Love it. Oh, also, Samoa Joe's music. What a tune. It's so damn good. It's just catchy as hell. Funky. Gives off Bamf vibes. It's perfect for him. It's so good. The song itself has like Joe's swagger to it. So well suited to him. Must be a CFOs. Or CFO dollar sign or whatever they're called. CFO dollar sign. Because I don't think it's a Jim Johnson. And the only other ones that have ever really been great have been the CFOs ones. And I think it's about the right era to have been a CFOs. I didn't think this was a great theme for AJ. When he first debuted, I was like, they gave him rap, but you know what? No, I was wrong. Willing to admit that. Also a banger theme. Nobody breaking this redneck. What a line. Oh, AJ, you've got my vote with your purple. Purple bias coming through. Some nice gear. Wendy Styles is that, yeah? And Daughter Styles. That's their names. Oh, is it Nye? I don't know why that came to mind. Samoa Joe. Oh, okay. Hey, Wendy. Annie, is that Annie Styles? Oh, Daddy said a naughty word. Annie Styles. Don't mind that, or Annie, whatever her name was. Only one of his kids, though. Wendy Styles. Yeah, they've met once or twice, haven't they? Can't think where. Oh, there you go. The fans right on cue. TNA chant. Yeah, where were you lot doing your TNA chant when TNA needed you, eh? Weren't ordering TNA pay-per-views or buying tickets, were you? Because they needed a WWE title match, and Samoa Joe signed a contract. They both signed a contract for the match, is why she sanctioned it, surely. She didn't have a lot of say, really, did she? Feels a bit like this should have been a hotter start to the match. Should have been AJ like jumping Joe before the match and doing a bit of outside the ring brawling before the match even got started, I feel like. Felt personal enough to go that route. 3. Nope. I thought closed fist punches to the face were illegal in wrestling. Referees seemed fine with it. He is getting him out the corner. Oh, AJ, you covered up for that one. You didn't let him get his big sound. It's a very nice drop kick, isn't it? It's very nice. Forearm smash. Wow. Just going all out there with and rightfully so. Nice and unbiased commentary. Bring it in. Yeet. Push up, ref. Oh! Hardest part of the ring, guys. Just a gentle reminder. Look how high he kicks. That was waist height. maybe slightly higher. Not that high. Really. Oh. Hey up. Here we go. Samoa. Boom. Joe's not impressed. What do you say, Styles? Are you asking Wendy? Her surname's Styles. Feels quite confrontational, that. So, what do you say, Styles? Feel like it'd be more friendly to be like, what do you say, AJ? Oof. Well, he certainly built some momentum. It was just all downwards. If they're trying to do dueling chants with Joe's gonna kill you and AJ Styles, that's never gonna catch on. Just commit to the Joe's gonna kill you chants, because that's a good chant. A good chant. Bombed him. Sit down. How? He grabbed the rope and he, like, lifted himself up and over it using a bit of spring in his legs and some of the springiness of the ropes and some arm strength. And then he, landed on him. That's how. I'll tell you what really bugged me, because I just commented on those rubbish attempts at dueling chants. So at WrestleMania 34, we, which I've mentioned a couple of times I was at earlier in this year, 2018. It was AJ Shinsuke, wasn't it? And the fans obviously wanted to do the AJ Styles Nakamura chants, but instead of doing that, they did. Let me think. It was Mura AJ and then Styles Naka. So it was like it was still AJ Styles Nakamura, but all the fans were chanting for both of them, and it just felt really contrived and like they came up with it on a forum and spread it around. Like, hey, this will be clever. Look how clever we are. So just pick, just go and enjoy it for the pantomime it is. Pick a side, support that side. Cheer your guy, boo the other guy, or cheer your girl, boo the other girl, and away you go. Feels like wrestling fans sometimes try to be a bit too smart. Always loved that move. He used to do it off the ropes in TNA, if I remember rightly, when he was young, but it's probably safer out the corner when he's a bit older. Probably get a bit more of a stable push off. More success on actually landing the backflip. I'm sure there's a reason anyway. But I'm right, yeah? Let me know in the comments if you remember. In TNA days, he used to do that just off the ropes, right? Not off the corner. Like just off the middle rope, like a lion salt kind of thing, but into a reverse DDT. Or maybe I'm just misremembering that. Feel like he might have done it out the corner sometimes during the six-sided ring days. Feel like he might have done it out the corner more then, just because there was more corner. More of the ring was corner. Oh, nice. Nice. I like that as a kick out. Just popping the shoulder off the mat, nothing else, not even an arm. Feels desperate, but it's still a conclusive kick out. It's not questionable. But it feels like, oh, he doesn't have a lot left. Yeah. Burly. Oof. Almost an Ushigoroshi. Almost. Corey Graves, where were you? Which was the wrestling game? Was it like 2K18 or 19? Where every single time you hit that move with AJ Styles, without fail, Corey Graves and commentary would go, Ushigoroshi! Every time. So I'm always disappointed when he hits one and Corey Graves is on commentary and he doesn't declare it, because it's like illegal for him not to declare it, or so I thought when I was playing that game. Phenomenal forearm, swing and a miss. Oh, that's a nice snap power slam. My goodness. Who's got the best snap power slam? Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, or Cody Rhodes? Based on just that one alone, which it may be an unfair advantage because he was doing it to AJ Styles, who's, as his nickname suggests, phenomenal. I'm going to go Joe. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So good. Uh-oh. Ooh! Was Joe ready for that? I don't know. Kicked out of the Styles Clash, though. I disagree with that. I think the Phenomenal Forearm should be AJ's finisher, and the Styles Clash should be like his desperation, like his Avalanche AA. You know, like Cena will do the second rope attitude adjustment when he really can't put someone away. And a few wrestlers have finishers like that. I think the Styles Clash should be AJ's one of them, because I know they want him to use it less. So using it as just a high spot, a false finish in the match, feels contrary to what the message was supposed to be, which was, hey, that's a little dangerous. Maybe don't do it that much. Sign the TNA chant again. It was fun the first time. Hush up now. Fool. What's the brand of camera it uses got to do with anything? Yes, always loved that move. Always enjoyed that move from Joe. I think my favorite Samoa Joeism is the is walking away from a top rope move though, where he just walks off and lets them hit the mat. I think that's just amazing. I think there's YouTube videos that are just montages of him doing that, and it's just great. Wrestlers. Go on, say it, Corey Graves. Wrestlers. They're two of the most gifted wrestlers on the planet. God, I hate the idiotic lexicon of WWE. I feel like having kicked him in the thigh a few times doesn't really help with a move called the calf crusher, where all the pressure is on the calf. The fans are getting behind Joe. Yeah, the fans want Joe here. Don't think it's anything against AJ Styles. I just think they'd like to see Samoa Joe win the WWE title. Because it's Samoa Joe. Like, he's great. Muscle Buster. I was wondering what he was doing then. He's like, you know what my favorite exercise at the gym is? That one where you pull the thing down behind the back. Oh, no. No, he's signaling for the Muscle Buster. Oh, Woo! This match is not bad at all. Like, I remember the feud being a bit, just this whole vein of AJ Styles being a bit questionable, to be honest. But like, this match, this has been good. I feel like it might be marred by some dodgy finish or something at the end, but the match itself is built really nicely. And yeah, it's been really entertaining for quite a while now. Oh, there's blood as well. The blood adds to the effect, to be fair. Yeah, why do I feel like this is like a DQ finish about to happen, a rage DQ. What did they do? Hello. Really? They did two champions retain their title by DQ on SmackDown, by the way, so it's not even like it's just writing teams not communicating across shows. So, fun fact, I knew AJ kept the WWE title here, but I would have predicted this wrong, because I don't remember this being a DQ. But I didn't predict it, so I'm still only 0 from 2, not 0 from 3. Or 2 from 5, as it would have been had I pretended I didn't know any results. Oh, heck. Who's your daddy? Careful, guys. AJ's going to beat you all up with a chair. Wow. I thought it was Finlay with them very snazzy shoes. Come on, AJ, you're bleeding. He's like, I know. When does Zane stop? You listen to Mrs. Styles, AJ. Wow, she's tiny. AJ isn't like the biggest guy. Like, I think I'm a fair few inches taller than AJ, and she's tiny. Is that kid acting, or is that kid just genuinely freaked out because her dad's bleeding all over her? Excuse me, is this? It was a really good, excuse me? Face from AJ. It was a Booker T. Tell me you didn't just say that face, but like, way better. What, you mad? You mad, Joe, really? I feel like maybe you should take a moment to reflect and realize maybe that was justified. Is that what Bree tells you, Daniel? It can't possibly stand for that. That would be TIA. Silly crowd. I'm so glad that's not a show anymore. It's such a dumb idea to. Oh, yes, I can't wait to watch that. Do a watch along of Evolution. I remember that being a really good show. Lots of watch alonging to do. Do you know that Edge and Christie show was like little bits that were really fun, and then most of it I just found pretty like cringe because it was like it was taking their good brand of humor, but it was very modern WWE-fying it. You know, like it just wasn't funny anymore. Honestly. Oh, here he is. Never feared for anything. Just strumming a card always reminds me of that. If you know that song. I don't even know if it's the same card. Probably not. But it just reminds me of it. Hello. Alright, can I go on then? With a beard. It was Baby One More Time by Britney Spears. Elias ever release an album? Because he should have. Wow, they actually released an EP. Wait, he's got two. No way. I need to listen to this. I wonder if I can get away with doing like a reaction video on YouTube or if WWE will just block it. I would do that. Ah! Okay, it didn't do anything. I just threw my controller. I remember the whole crowd, including myself, chanting "We are scumbags" at Elias because he called us scumbags. On like the Raw or SmackDown after Mania. The best iconic Elias moment though was the one with Kevin Owens where they got like booed for like minutes. Just great. Oh. You deserve it. Wait, did they really censor the crowd chanting "You deserve it," or was it something worse? Get his face. I love Elias. Again, like, what more did they want from Elias? He had such a good look. He was perfectly acceptable in the ring. He had charisma out the wazoo. He could talk like nobody's business. He had an interesting gimmick. He was over with the crowd. He's built. Like, what? What more did he need to do to get properly pushed? Like, a real big push? What else did they want from him? Wow, that was a weird segment. Did that go anywhere? Oh god, the B team. Oh, is that a match tonight? Okay. What? What? Ms. Mers? No, it should have been total beavers. Okay, right, that's okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Never heard of them or that song either. I've watched this show before. I've never heard of any of the songs. That's how like memorable and impactful they are. My brain has literally completely forgotten them to the point where I'm convinced I've never heard of them. Didn't he kind of get to the top? 'Probably true, to be fair. I don't think for a second the symmetry was actually intentional, but it was good to call back to that. That was pretty cool. Shame that never turned out to be true because he got injured. 'This was a moment. Eight times, wow. That was a moment. I have that shirt. I had to get that shirt. The fake baby spot. I mean, amazing video package. I'm pumped. I don't remember this. I'm gonna guess Daniel Bryan wins. That's my prediction. Feels like the obvious ending to go with, but you never know. Fans never could get that timing right. Maurice Miz. If Wendy's surname is Styles, then clearly Miz's first name is Burt and surname is Miz, so that's Maurice Miz. Gotta keep the kayfabe going, guys. Just like Brie Bryan as well. Has to be Daniel Bryan, right? Surely I'm going to get some sort of prediction right on this. On this damn show. Still so much show left. We're only just over halfway. It's wild how long these shows are. I think 3 hours is such a good sweet spot for a wrestling show. Like a pay-per-view, not Raw. 2 hours is the sweet spot for a weekly show. Weird to see Daniel Bryan not rocking maroon gear. He almost always wears like the maroony / reddy kind of gear. But not here. You get the shirt? Yes, his back. And the picture's his back. Get it? Aston Villa sign in the crowd. Alright. Alright, I see you. Some Villa fan in the crowd. Why not? Aston Villa career mode, but I can only sign players who have a wrestler's name. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. For some reason. That'd probably go on EBEZA Plays Games, because as much as it's got the wrestling link, it's pretty tenuous. I'm not sure I can get away with that on a wrestling channel. I'm gonna fist you in the face, says Daniel Bryan. Dueling chance, Daniel Bryan, let's go Miz. There's some Miz fans. Honestly, this was maybe the peak for people like really respecting the Miz, because this was after his his big promo, and he'd been killing it. Like, wasn't he in the opener of WrestleMania in the triple threat for the IC title with Balor and Rollins, and that was really good. And again, not just because of Balor and Rollins, like Miz absolutely held up his portion of the match. Brilliant. They're not the worst bad roundhouse kicks I've ever seen. But they're in the list, aren't they? If you did a top 10 worst roundhouse kicks video, Again, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. But Miz would be somewhere in the lower portion of that. It'd be like in the bottom few. As in 10, 9, or 8 or something. Not the bottom few as in like the worst ones. Who was it in a recent watch along? I feel like it was one of the ones yesterday that just threw a rubbish roundhouse kick. Was it Cena threw a leg kick at Bryan at SummerSlam 2013? Or something. I think it might have been Cena, you know. That might be the worst roundhouse kick I've ever seen in wrestling. Because Daniel Bryan's got a decent kick on him. Oh, Miz went a bit early there, didn't he? Oh, the whole story of the match is Miz not liking being punched in the face, so Daniel Bryan trying to punch him as many times as he can in the face. I love it. I love it. Sometimes you don't need to go complicated. I mean, the story is complex and long and winding, and you know, and what have you. But the immediate story is, I'm gonna punch you in the face. No, I don't like being punched in the face. Thanks. Like that. I'm here for it. Why would it? Let me show you how you do it. Let me show you how to do it. Says Daniel Bryan. Nice. Much more fluid. Don't know if Mrs. was intentionally unfluid. Probably not. Wait, all 4 shoulders are down, right? Who was being counted there? Because Daniel Bryan's shoulders are down too, right? Miz was reluctant there. He's like, oh god, here we go. I'm going to get kicked in the chest. Do you reckon, like, this was always the plan of, like, maybe one day we might be able to get Bryan cleared and we can... Because Miz was feuding with Bryan the whole time. He just couldn't pay it off. Like, stealing his moves, the Talking Smack episode, all that sort of stuff. Like, do you think it was, like, in the back of their mind, or do you reckon it was just, like, we know this is really good heat for Miz? Like, because people want Daniel Bryan, so Miz will give them dollar store Daniel Bryan kind of thing. I'll steal his moves in a mocking way. I wonder. I wonder if it was always in the back of their minds that Daniel Bryan might one day get cleared. I don't know. I imagine anyone you spoke to would deny that. Because it just doesn't sit very well with some people, I imagine, that you would build towards a potential match that might never happen because of a career-ending injury that you're just hoping might end up not being career-ending. Like, I can imagine why that wouldn't sit right with everyone. So it's probably bad PR to say that that was ever the intention, but that doesn't mean it's the real answer. But that also doesn't mean it's not the real answer. Just because it's good PR to say a certain answer doesn't mean it's also not the true answer. SAWFT soft. Is that why Daniel Bryan ended up feuding with Big Cass? Because he stole his gimmick, calling people soft? Was that before this match? I feel like that was before this match, right? Was that between the Mania comeback match and this? The Big Cass feud? I feel like it was. I feel like it was like the next pay-per-view after Mania. It was like Daniel Bryan's filler late spring, early summer feud before he got into his proper feud for SummerSlam. Okay. Kid. Yeah, I've just remembered like some of the upcoming booking. I feel pretty confident in my prediction of Daniel Bryan. I don't know. I've not like remembered the result of the match or the finish or anything like that, but just thinking about what happens in the coming sort of 6 to 8 months, I feel pretty confident all of a sudden. Oh, you knew there was something going on when Miz decided to throw a right. Had to be blocked, didn't it? Miz doesn't throw rights, he throws lefts. Still getting the dueling chants, people chanting "Let's go, Miz." Honestly, Miz was doing well in this era. Like I say before, probably the most respected Miz has been by the fans. Like, I still think he has a certain degree of respect, like veteran respect at this point, but he had like no, your stuff is currently very good respect from the fans at this point. Woo! Oh, bye, Felicia. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. Oh, okay, it wasn't what I was expecting. When did like wrestlers become like really fixated on jumping over the turnbuckle? It didn't never used to be a thing, and then it became such a more common thing. I wouldn't say it's like super common, but its frequency definitely went up massively at a certain point. And like it's impressive enough, but it seems like an unnecessary risk for no real reward when you can just jump to the outside not over the turnbuckle, not risk catching your foot on it or whatever. I know there's very little risk of them actually catching the foot on it because, you know, they're very good athletes, but there's zero if you don't jump over it. And there is a non-zero risk of catching your foot and tripping and falling from quite a great height. Don't know, just wondering why it became like a thing. And again, the one where they're not on the top rope, they just clean jump over the turnbuckle and the post to the outside, like with an outside dive. Very impressive, but just very unnecessary risk, in my opinion. Oh. Yep, good call. Was indeed one of them. Can't argue with that. Good clean landing off it, to be fair. Very safe. Very nice, very safe. Oof. Feels like a very small portion of the audience actually yesing along here. Look at his chest. He's been chopped. Chopped once or twice. Remember Daniel Bryan's chest that was it the Greatest Royal Rumble? Where like I think Roderick Strong and maybe some others chopped the hell out of him and he just looked like he looked like someone had just ground the skin off his chest and exposed just the flesh underneath. It was so grim. Slap. There you go. Crowd are getting back into this now. Let's get physical. Okay, the crowd are a bit more into this now. Feel like this isn't going to be the finish. Feel like Miz is going to dodge it somehow. Counter it. Yep. Okay, good little sequence. Well executed. Skull crushing finale. False finish, please. Woo! Thank you. Glad that was a false finish. I mean, yes. Were you making a point there? Did you think? a couple of people trying to start a Let's Go Miz chant there. Bless them. Bless your cotton socks. Nope. The no chants were definitely louder than the yes chants there for Miz. Oof. His running knee, his label lock, slash yes lock. I feel like he's got plenty. He's not hit anything like that yet, has he? So the greatest Royal Rumbles happened at this point, it sounds like. Oh. There we go, figure four time. I feel like, as well, that's the correct leg. Like, the correct way to apply the figure four. I've always felt like the straight leg is the one where the real pain is, right? Because it's the pressure the foot puts across the knee, and then because the foot's on your body, you're kind of pushing the ankle up, so you're hyperextending the knee against their own foot, is the way a figure four is supposed to work, right? I don't know how the you roll it over and the pressure's reverse thing works. It's just stated and accepted, isn't it? Figure four fist fight. Reverses the pressure, says every commentator ever. How does that work? Would love to test that. Test that theory. Dramatic. Has anyone ever submitted to their own figure four being reversed? And the pressure reversed? Don't know if that's ever happened as a finish. Probably has somewhere in wrestling history, like, let's be honest. But I've never seen it, I don't think. I'm gonna say, surely not another one. Oh, right in the back. Uh-oh. Hey up. Blackpool Combat Club. Was Miz tapped to the yes lock? Probably not. Not this instance, anyway. It doesn't feel like a finish, does it? Oh! Punches to the back of the head, just donkey punching the man. Just full on donkey punching him. It's been a good show. I was just thinking this has been a good match, and I've claimed that quite a few times. It's been a good show overall. Uh-oh. Brass Knucks? Oh, is this going to be a Miz win? Oh, have I predicted this one wrong as well? Quick, someone in the crowd, take them off. Is that it? Oh my god, I'm 0 for 3. My goodness. My goodness. Not doing well on the predictions. It's a good show, though. A nice left hand. The glare on my monitor. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's not the end of that feud. So what have we got left? Like two more matches? Oh, Mae Young Classic 2. Oh, when was this? Was this one night? Could I do this as a watch along? Oh, so the final is at Evolution. Wow, okay. Huh. Shame it's not all in one. I would do a watch along of that. Oh, when's this? Last time ever. Should hope so. Both about 84. I get, like, it's important to drive your audience to your next shows and stuff, but my goodness, we get it. That saying last time ever would have been enough, and then just move on. You don't need the video package just yet. Super Showdown. Do you? Feels like it was fairly finished. Oh. Except it's not at WrestleMania. And the streak isn't a thing anymore, so it really doesn't matter. Is it? Is it a fantasy match if it's happened, like, multiple times before? Okay. Now on with SummerSlam. So when is Super Showdown? October 6th, eh? I don't even remember if I watched this first time round. I probably did. I don't remember anything about the show. Probably be doing a watch along of that. All being well. Wait, we don't just have 2 matches left? We've got something with Baron Corbin as well? The Constable. I always felt like this music's fine, but it felt like it was going to kick in more at that point, and also it felt like Baron Corbin was going to do more at that point, and just neither happened. And I think that's a perfect analogy for just Baron Corbin. Always felt like something more was coming, and it just didn't. It's a bit late for introducing a set of announcers, right? 2 hours, 49 minutes in. Like, why are we introducing them with no time left? This must be really awkward in their broadcast. They must be like, right, we're going to be introduced by the English announce team along with a bunch of other international ones. I know we've been here for 3 hours, but yeah, now we have to act like we're just starting the show, essentially. So what's Baron Corbin doing here? Let's hope it's quick. Actually, I don't care, do I? I know how long the rest of the show is. Doesn't really matter what proportion is what match. I know how long I've got left. I've got like an hour left. An hour and 6 minutes or so. Corbin and Balor? Okay, I'm guessing by that pop this wasn't pre-announced that it was going to be Demon Balor, but I had a feeling. I don't know why. But I had a feeling this was going to be Demon. Okay, prediction. This is the squash. This is Demon Balor winning. in like minutes. Single figure minutes. I don't think I've ever found in Michael Cole, oh my, more underwhelming. And it is a very underwhelming catchphrase in general. Really feels like an underwhelming use of the demon, to be honest. I guess maybe at some point they decided we want this match to be short, and we don't believe Man Balor can beat Corbin in a couple of minutes, but so you're going to spend hours in the makeup chair just so you can go out for a couple of minutes and beat him quickly. I don't know, maybe this is like some mega feud that I completely forgot about, but this feels like a very frivolous use of the demon. He should have watched some WWE and NXT then, shouldn't he, if he doesn't know what's going on. Is it even going to get into the multiple minutes territory, or is it just going to be complete squash? Just going to play the hits, aren't we? The Finn Balor hits. For who? I don't understand that reference. Does anyone understand that reference? Want to let me know in the comments? Dr. Vankman or something? Is that like an exorcist or something? Because it takes hours to apply the makeup, coach. You silly goose. Poor Corbin. Poor Baron Corbin. Told you it'd be quick. Yay! Finally a prediction. 1 out of 4. At least once more. Twice more that I can remember, actually. Then maybe more. Probably is. Referee's like, been sent back. Get Finn out of there. We're on a time budget, pal. You must have a very dry tongue, having had it out for that long. Hey, look, it's Brie Bryan. Did she just call him Brian? Yep. I bet people that don't know his real name only live in the WWE bubble. Like, she calls him by his surname? Why did she do that? What's that on his eye? It looks like he's been whipped with, like an old, like, camera film. What? There's another... How much are they trying to cram into this show? This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Why? We've still got Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey, and Brock Roman to go. And they're just cramming more and more matches in. They're clearly not planning on either of those matches taking very long. Probably for the best, to be fair. Especially the Brock Roman one. Okay, so it's Hardy Shinsuke for the US title. Don't remember this feud at all. I remember that, actually, that Extreme Rules thing. Oh, heck, hang on. Wait, so what is this match? Is it a triple threat? I like that face paint. So is it just Hardy, Nakamura, with Orton on the horizon for him? I know Hardy and Orton fight at Hell in a Cell. Oh, it's the actual song version of his music. Unpopular opinion. Hot take. I prefer this. I prefer this version. If it's the version I think it is. Yeah, it is. Hell yeah. Didn't he just turn heel again in real life? Like, in present day, I should say, in real life. Like, this wasn't real life. Should bring back this theme. This should be his heel theme all the time. Okay. So, predictions. Shinsuke? I don't remember the US title being involved in the Hardy Orton Hell in a Cell match, which admittedly is in like October, right? So a couple of months away. So there's time for Hardy to win the belt and lose it back. Just like I said with Seth Rollins. And I was wrong about that one. So, but I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say Nakamura wins here. Probably thanks to Orton somehow. But I honestly haven't got a clue. Yep, I was there. Big pop. Big pop from me personally. Why is it when someone is nice and then turns nasty, they're always showing their true colours? Why can't they just be having like a bad time and not being themselves? And then when they turn back to a good guy, it's like, ah, his true colours. Like, it's always the true colours is the bad guy version of themselves, isn't it? The good guy version always has to be the act. It's a bit of a trope, isn't it? Be quite an interesting character arc, actually, if the heel turns with the not true self were always caused by something. And the face runs with their actual true persona. Remember when they changed his music because he turned heel and they didn't want him singing along? They didn't want the crowd singing along with his music anymore because that's not what heels do. See also Bobby Roode, where they just changed him to be face for no reason when he came up from NXT. Because the crowd can't sing along with heels music. Right, Nakamura to win here. Come on. Let's get back at this prediction run. We're on a streak of one, thanks to Finn Balor. It's not even your thing, Jeff. It's your brother's thing. Why does everyone fall for that? What is this match? Apart from not really a match. This match can't go that long and they're spending all this time taunting and stuff. Because we've got 50 minutes, give or take, remaining. We've got two other matches, 2 other video packages, 4 more entrances, 3 win celebrations to fit into that. Like, you know what I mean? Each match is going about 12 minutes at this rate. But I just don't feel like the 2 main events are only going to go 12 minutes, so that means this one needs to be shorter, right? To give them a bit more. Guess we'll see. Feels like a really weirdly paced show, though. Just too much on it, to be honest. That was pretty good. I like that. Bosh. That arm position is weirdly unnecessary, like weirdly comfortable looking. Like, it looks like Shinsuke is less comfortable than Jeff, to be honest. It's not in an uncomfortable position, though, is it? Let's be honest. He's just got his arm across his chest. Like, the forearm at least looks like it could be vaguely pushing in a choke, but not really. But the whole arm bit is utterly pointless here. Crowd do not care about this. And I'll be honest, me neither. I like both these guys, but me neither. The crowd seem exhausted already, and there's 2 main event matches to go. I guess the main event's going super short. Which I know was really Lesnar's MO in this era, but yeah, I really thought this would be over by now. I think overall the show's been good. Each match has been decent, at least. Most of them have been good, if not very good. The pacing's just felt off. It felt like they tried to cram way too much into the show. Even at 4 hours, there's too much in this show, in my opinion. Like, wasn't the recent SummerSlam like just... It was either 3 or 4 hours long, but wasn't it like 6 matches or something? And each match was just given like a load of time. And yeah, there's some bump. There's the ad breaks while the non-premium Peacock subscribers get adverts and stuff, and we get like the video packages. I mean, not ads. You know, and that sort of gubbins. But the pacing still felt a lot better, even with all that corporate shilling. I don't know how many matches there've been on this show. Feels like a lot, though. Whisper in the wind. Kinshasa. Nope. Okay, so there was 3 pre-show matches. On a mixed tag, Andrade and Zelina Vega versus Lana and Rusev. Cedric Alexander beat Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight title, and the B-Team retained the tag titles against the Revival. Ooh, that was close. And then there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th match of the night, and there's 2 more to go. At least. Who knows what else is on this show? 10 matches is too much in 4 hours. 10 matches is too much, period. Oh, I think I remember this spot. I must inform you, this is the hardest part of the ring. Oh, why, Jeff? Why you do this? Just why? Just why? You have nothing left to prove at this point. He certainly crashed. How is this match still going on? There we go. Are we done? Yep, there we go. There's my prediction. The streak is real. 2 out of 5. We're on the rise. I'll say that was 4.25 minutes shy of being the same length as the SmackDown Women's Championship match. I just don't think it needed to be. Oh, I mean, he landed on his butt, which is, there you go, hardest part of the ring, told you. Which is better than just right on his back, I guess, but still. Oh, wow, we're going to have a Randy Orton appearance as well. Wow. Feels unnecessary. How long's left on this show? 40 minutes? There's 2 matches left. Did someone get bumped off this show? Is there no Bliss Rousey match or something? I'm sure that match happened. Did it happen at SummerSlam though? Wisely, this champion running away because this guy is more dangerous than our champion. Okay. Alright. I bet you're glad you turned up, eh, Orton? I wonder how much she got paid for that. Genuinely, I'd be fascinated to learn how much Randy Orton's SummerSlam payday was. Then suddenly, Jeff Hardy's like not defenseless, he's up and clapping. I want to look how long these remaining matches are, but I don't want to see the results because I genuinely don't 100% remember. I am going to predict these last 2 matches. I I'm predicting Ronda Rousey wins this. I know she wins the title at some point, but I don't know it's here. I feel like it must be, but I don't know that it's here. So I'm gonna predict Ronda Rousey. Everyone knows she wins the title at some point. She carries the title into next year's WrestleMania, into that triple threat match that main evented, the historic triple threat match. She was Raw Women's Champion going in. And I assume it happened on the first time of asking, but Alexa Bliss was always that kind of heel, where, like, the Mean Girls sort of version of Alexa Bliss, where she could have, like, a backup plan or some sort of shenanigans or something. Maybe she gets disqualified and I get the prediction points because I predicted Ronda to win. Wouldn't shock me to have WWE do it 3 times in one show. Well, yeah, it should be. You're the champ. Well. Sit down, Kurt. This is how you book babyface Ronda Rousey, by the way. Oh, you got a good there. She made a choice to dye her hair pink, and obviously you can pick on her for that because she decided she wanted it. It makes no sense. But generally speaking, other than the talking, this has been good booking for Ronda Rousey. She's just much better as a heel, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to have a babyface, she just needs to be, you know, angry, attack everyone, babyface kind of thing. Like, more tweener. Ooh, anyone we recognise in the ring? I'm not getting a good enough view of them all. I don't recognise any of the security. His face. But do feel free to let me know in the comments if it's anyone I should recognise, any of those security guards. See? Promos, to the point, no messing, anger. Hello? Natalia? What are you doing here? Oh, they're just giving her a moment. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I appreciate this. I just think they should have dropped something else. The Randy Orton appearance, for example. It's just been full of, like, maybe things that just didn't need to be on the show. And I think this would have been a really nice touch if it weren't for the fact that people were kind of getting a bit tired at this point. So why is Natalia out here? Is she Ronda Rousey's friend? Because if she is, why is she not? Why is Ronda Rousey not out next? By the way, there's a guy in the front row there, just along the entrance ramp. I think I might know him. Might have to ask him if he was there. Bella Twins were backstage, but now they've got tickets and have paid to be there. Never quite understood that, why wrestlers and guests and former wrestlers end up with tickets at ringside when they can just go backstage. Virtual reality SummerSlam. I'm guessing it's more of just like a you go into the ring in the VR, like, because they've not got the setup to be recording the matches in VR where you can be like, imagine if the ref had like a VR camera on and you could watch the whole show from ref cam. There, do it, WWE, you cowards. It's a great idea. She's all business, but she's had time to put on a little jacket and a kilt, and then she's gonna take off the jacket and the kilt to get ready. Like, just don't waste your time with ring gear, entrance gear. Just come out in your wrestling gear and just smack her upside the head. Wow. Way to do down everyone Alexa Bliss has ever fought. I get you trying to put over the current match, but sometimes you have to think. Hang on. Is what I'm saying harmful to the entire rest of the roster? But yeah, official prediction, Rousey wins. I don't actually know she wins here. I know she wins it sometime before WrestleMania next year, but I don't know if she wins it here. I assume she does. My purple bias is showing. It's good gear. It's good gear. Just like... Who was it earlier in the show had really nice purple gear? Owens' gear was nice, but it wasn't purple. Oh, it was AJ. AJ Styles, wasn't it? He had really good purple gear as well. It's weird how that's only like properly a rule where the referee will actually physically get involved and move them away at the start of the match. Like later in the match, when they're through the ropes, the wrestler just follows them and stuff and beats them up on the apron and what have you. But at the start of the match, oh no, it's a strict rule, that. It's a strict rule. Just take the count out, Bliss. 1, we could do with a short match. 2, that'd give me my prediction. And 3, you get to keep your title. So Natalia's not even like in Rousey's corner or anything like that. She just came out. So everyone feels bad for her. Like, I don't know, it feels a bit... Oh, the angry face. Oh, hook the head, Ronda. Hook the head. Protect your opponent. Poor Alexa Bliss. She's supposed to be the Raw Women's Champion and she's being booked like this. She's got great facial expressions, though. Oh. I mean, she'd be more intimidating if she just shut up, to be perfectly honest. I get Ronda Rousey is supposed to be like this legit, like, great, great fighter and stuff, but again, just burying essentially your whole division by doing this, because Alexa Bliss has beat most of them. Just crack on with it, Ronda. I'm just saying she was booked so well in this run as a face because she's just booked back like to be evil, like but as a good guy. Alexa and her hyper-extending elbows. Well, I got that one right. Bury the whole division, why don't you? At least she was still over at this point, though. A lot of thumbs down over there, though. Few fans already turning on her. Few golf claps going on. The overall reaction, though, sounded like a pop. To me. Four minutes, bell to bell that, including all the faffing. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to end my predictions there, because when I scrolled down to see the time of that, I've seen the result of the main event. I'll be honest, I would probably have got it wrong had I predicted it. But it feels disingenuous to predict something you've just seen the result of. So we're just going to watch the main event. With all of the... Oh, there's Natalia. She is about then. All 25 minutes left of the show. And this match isn't even, like, out of the ring yet. Oh my god, you got enough makeup on, Natalia. Look at it on Ronda's face from the hug. Do the Bellas get involved here? Do the Bellas get in the ring? Yeah. Yeah. Their fans boo them. They've not turned yet, fans. They've not turned on her here. Because that's a match at Evolution, isn't it? Nikki versus Ronda. Okay, calm down. Yeah, yeah. Okay, the booking was good up until here. She's way less likable when she's happy. She's happy and smiling and what have you. Way less likable. That's crazy. That's crazy. They really didn't wait, did they? Oh, okay. All right then. What a weird advert for Hell in a Cell. What a weird way to lead into that. And to advertise Hell in a Cell is no filter. Crazy. Okay, come on. I've also seen how long this main event is, so. Mm. I mean, you guys know. There's only so long left on the show. It's a short main event, isn't it? 22 minutes left. We haven't had the entrances, the championship introductions, the celebration at the end, the video package, this bump. There we go. Workhorse. Times have changed. Well, I'll give you spoilers. He doesn't rid WWE of Brock Lesnar. Lesnar's wrestled, like, as recently as SummerSlam 2023. Does it, though? Does it, though? And not called Victor. Failed to win, failed to put on a good match, failed to entertain, failed to make anyone care. I would say based on that replay, I think Reigns is yeah. Yeah, Reigns' feet touched the floor before Lesnar's. Before Lesnar's. Was that intentionally wrong or was that botched? Does anyone know? I don't really remember. I remember the finish, but I don't remember like what the fallout from it was. Like you do now, you mean, Roman? Uh-oh. I remember this. Is this the crying Heyman promo? And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. What? My god, this is a long video package. Alright, are we finally getting going? Oh no, we've got entrances now. Well, you made Brock Lesnar as unlikable as you could, and then put Roman Reigns against him, and everyone went, nope, no thank you. No, I can't see him ever getting another title shot ever again. Can you guys? I don't think he ever has another title reign, does he? Oh dear. That sign's questionable at best. I love that dude's jacket. Pin him for 3 seconds. Or lock him in some sort of submission hold and make him tap. That's what he has to do. Right? Hey, he's got a couple of fans. A good match, that. I was there. Ha, Shield. Sierra Hotel. No one's getting cheered. The whole main event is just getting booed. Paul Heyman will get cheered. Oh, he's not got his hat on. Yesterday's watch along SummerSlam 2013, he had his hat on. He had cold head, bless him. Oh, no pyro for you. Oh yeah, this was like the no pyro era, wasn't it? Like no one had pyro. Has anyone had pyro on the show? I don't think they have they? Because WWE was only making record profits, you see. So they had to cut costs. Eh, he says as he's not looking at him. Was that the previous year's SummerSlam? I recall that being a banger, but I've also heard people say when you watch it back, it's not as good as you remember. Well, you're popular. Take off. Oh yeah. Hey, he's ahead of his time. He's the undisputed Universal Champion. Almost the Euro Championship. And then he gets booed as well. Everybody booed. Oh, wow. That reaction for Braun Strowman, though. Holy cow. That was a pop, wasn't it? How'd they waste that? Oh, yeah. Because that's what they did in this era. I think that's a combination of cash it in chance and just pure yes chance. Lesnar's just like, way more people to fight. Beastie Boy. I'm not going to cash in from behind against a vulnerable opponent. Oh, but I am going to cash it in after someone's had an entire match. This was the finisher spam era of Lesnar. And Reigns was the worst for it. Like, the worst opponent that he had for it, except maybe Goldberg, but that was actually really fun. Lesnar's just fine after 3 Superman punches and 2 successful spears. Just fine, locking in a guillotine now. For Raven to go. It seems that sort of moderate level of spinebuster hurt Brock more than the 3 Superman punches and 2 spears. Took him longer to recover from that and get up. It's weird, isn't it? Rude. That's a fairly strong Let's Go Roman, to be honest. And again, Lesnar stays down longer than he did from either of the spears he got hit with. I mean, maybe it was at the start. Oh, the gloves are off, quite literally. Massive gloves. Like, ridiculous gloves. Oh, they chanted someone in the crowd. I was going to say which one. Yes, yes, Brock. Very loud, you both suck chant. Should probably tell you something about your top babyface if he's no stranger to hostile environments. Probably should book him differently. I mean, if eventually they got the idea. Oof. Is this where he koshes the briefcase? Like, absolutely yeets it into, like, the stratosphere. Oh yeah, he beats him with it first. Oh. Oh. That's what you call snug. Oh. Just bring us the chair in. What are you going to do, Ref? Tell him off. Brock was just fully going for the DQ there. Wow, that was it. I felt there was a bit more to it than that. Well, there you go. Actually kind of got a pop, I think mostly for the surprise factor. Find you somebody who looks at you like Roman Reigns looks at the Universal title there. Okay, so I'm guessing, let me have a look at the time remaining. There's not, yeah, there's only a minute and a half left, so there's not much left to watch, just some celebrating and Roman being booed. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new here, share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.